to another day. Okay. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome, IG. Welcome, YT. And welcome, TT. All right. Grand Rising. Thank you, Black Onyx, for the roses. I appreciate you guys. Am I giving out hugs today? I could. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the day goes. Grand Rising. Yes, I still do content there. If you're looking for that type of content, it's behind a paywall, which is why you can't find it. Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Thank you, Khalil, for the Go Poppers and the Heart Me at 360 share. Appreciate it. Um, hey, Easy. How did you sleep last night? I'm from the Midwest, but I live in Maryland. Can I clap this morning? Got you. Here you go. Let me close the door before I wake up. Not sorry. Okay. Period. I am reading today, Mr. Magic. I am. First, though, I got to open this package. Shout out to LJ, who has been sending me all these dresses. We put stuff on the wish list that wasn't even on the wish list. So shout out to LJ. Thank you, Willie. Period. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, tie dye, come through. Oh, I think I'm gonna like this. I want to see it real quick before we get the reading. All right, let's try. Let's try it on. Real quick, real quick, real quick, real quick. Ooh, it feels nice on my body. I like this fabric. Oh, it's long. I'm a little short. It's long. Ooh, oh, y'all can't really see it. It's a glare. You come. Look how long it is. Okay, LJ. Thank you. I know Kiko. Me and my mama can't even tell us apart. She be calling both of our names. Ooh, thank you. Thank you, Tony, for the sloth. But yeah, I like this. Shout out to LJ. Maybe I might just wear this today. I like this. All right. Tony, thank you with the space love. I never seen that. This glare, I can't really see. I'm gonna have to bring y'all a little closer. Get y'all out of the sun so I can see y'all. Um, the sun is reflecting off my dress. That's the problem. Eh, okay, we gonna have to just move y'all. We're just gonna move y'all over here. Is that better? And the glare is gone. Let me bring y'all a little closer. You bet it don't shake. I bet you don't know who I am. Why so low? Do you know your videos are still available? They are still available because I keep making them. I keep telling y'all I never stop making content. Okay. You're looking for adult content, it's behind a paywall. It's not non existent. You're just not paying. All right. So if you've been keeping up with this book, I appreciate you. That means you've been paying attention to the live because I noticed yesterday that I forgot to upload the last couple chapters for y'all. Ooh, thank you, JG, the God. Thank you, T Ready too. So when I went to go upload the last couple of chapters, I don't know what happened to chapter 4. So we gotta read chapter 4 again. Real quick, real quick. I'm trying to read fast before we go get to chapter 9. Okay. So sorry. Thank you for everybody's patience that was ready for chapter 9. I'm sorry. Y'all just too long. Okay. We're gonna have to get these technical difficulties so I don't have to squint. I hate squinting on live. I already can't see. Woo! Grand Rising. And there, oh my gosh, Instagram. It's always one. Thank you, T Ready. Thank you, Ebony, for that floating heart. All right. There we go. We all see, period. It's no glare. I mean, it's a little glare, but it's over there. So that don't matter. Um, there we go. Perfect. I actually might leave y'all over there. I like this view. Okay. All right. So it's a glare. Um, I mean, it's only like the glares from here down. You can't. It's no glare here. I need to see me. Okay. The dress is gonna glare. Change it. I can't let. You should have seen it when we was over there. It was way worse. Way worse. Can I repeat it? Scapolini. Huh? What? Um, wait, what? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Chill on me, Lance. Okay, I was busy. I had to move. Okay. I actually had to get two moving trucks because I didn't know I had all this damn stuff. So I'm back. You actually late because I was on live last night. So that's your fault. Come to Arizona. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so we about to, like I said, we about to redo chapter 4 so that we can move on. I'm trying to get to chapter 9. So if you already heard chapter 4, it's okay, you can leave. If you could come back. Come back. If you haven't heard none of the chapters, go catch up. They're posted everywhere. Okay. And oh wait, no, I still need this bookmark because I don't lose chapter 9. Okay. All right. Well, today we just gonna play musical office. I still ain't find that eraser. Hold on 1 second. That's good enough. All right. So Chapter 4. Oh wait, let me flip the camera. If you guys come on TikTok, the camera will be flipped so you can read it. Oh, your birthday's today. Happy birthday. And big Aries. Period. Happy birthday. Listen, I knew that seat was way too big when I did it, and I was like, no, I would make it fit. I didn't. We're gonna try this again. Woo! We made it. It fit. Okay. It fit. All right, this is chapter 4. Okay. One of my favorite Claire's. So it's actually the last of the Claire's too. So if you missed the description of the other Claire's, like I said, go ahead and catch up. I lied. I didn't post the rest. I didn't post the rest. But they're coming soon. But go watch the introduction so you can understand what we're doing here. Okay. So I'm not gonna be able to pay attention to y'all comments while I'm reading. So let me go ahead and get the questions out now. It's too early for this. It's too early for what? Grand Rising, the champ, 1986. Thank you, Duran. Any questions? No questions? You ready to learn? Period. That's what we like to hear. Who else is ready to learn? Oh, Grand Rising Doctor. Dr. Jonathan. I am live. Well, I'm also live on TikTok and on IG. We multitasking today. I mean, dinner on you tonight is cool. My cash app is April Angel Brown. Thank you. Okay, nobody has no questions. Thank you for the roses. Lee Manley. The whiteboard's backwards. Yeah, it doesn't give me an option to flip the board, but if you take a screenshot and then you flip the picture, you can get it. You know, if you don't feel like doing none of that, just come on over to TikTok because TikTok has the mirror setting so that I can flip the board for you guys. So, you want to see what it says? Come to TikTok. Okay. The Unicorn Riot. THE. I don't even got no room. Oh, I can. I can put it down here. Oh, that's still gonna be backwards for you. The unicorn Riah. Not Riah. Riah. On TikTok. All right, now take a screenshot and then flip the picture so you can see it. I mean, you could be here for multiple reasons, but you about to get this book. Okay, you might have thought you came here for one reason, but you don't even know what you about to get. You didn't even know you need it. Okay, listen, you probably got this Claire and don't even know what it's called. You better pay attention. Any other questions? I know IG. I know y'all ready. Thank you for your patience. Oh no, no. A question. Okay, no. Never mind. All right, let's just get to it. Chapter 4: Clear sentience, clear feeling or clear sensing, and clear empathy, clear emotion. Acting on your psychic feelings is the leap of faith that will propel you forward into the world of the extraordinary. Sonia Choquette. We are all sensitive. We just may not realize it. Being sensitive means we are able to pick up the subtle energies that are around us. Clairsentient abilities are one of the most underrecognized and undervalued gifts we possess. Not because it's not awesome to be able to feel things psychically, but because we use it so often, it becomes almost second nature, and we don't always comprehend that we are accessing our clear feeling. Many of us are unconscious or unaware sensitives, picking up quantities of subliminal information and ideas that remain just below the surface of our conscious minds without knowing what we're doing, said prominent author and intuitive Penny Pierce in 2009. Clairsentience is probably the most commonly utilized psychic sense. Clairsentience is also the most disregarded psychic sense. We use this ability without even realizing it. Many of us pick up and feel what others are going through, otherwise known as empathy. Still, more of us have gut feelings or instincts regularly. The key to utilizing these clairsentient vibes, these psychic feelings, is simply to begin recognizing them. We can physically feel when we cut our finger or when we fall down. We can appreciate how it feels when we are personally excited about something. We can sympathize with someone who is grieving. We, quite easily, can feel when we are hungry because we are able to physically interpret the growling in our stomachs. We also have the ability to long for something or recognize when there is something missing from our lives that we desire with our mental and emotional states of mind. We distinguish these sensations through the use of our normal, everyday senses. Clairsentience, though it may expose the same types of feelings or emotions, is about feeling with our sixth sense. Clairempathy. I can't stand when I feel aggravated, seemingly without reason. It's that mood that just doesn't fit and is hard to justify. When there's cause to feel aggravated, it makes sense. But when there's not, it leaves you feeling like something is all kinds of wrong. Anyone with teenagers can tell you this irritated state of mind can occur without warning, as can deep or fleeting immense passion. There's a reason for this sensation of being frustrated or feeling out of control of your emotions. Sometimes, of course, it's normal, all part of the everyday fluctuating current. However, quite often, it's because of clairsentience or clairempathy. Many of us who experience clairsentient abilities will also possess empathetic gifts or the ability to take on the feelings of others. These empathetic emotions can include aggravation that stems from someone else's feelings. Once you realize the source is not internal, but rather external, it becomes easier to settle the brewing irritation down. My daughter Molly, whom I love with all my heart, is a teenager and goes through the typical adolescent struggles. As we all know, it's difficult to learn how to cope with those ups and downs. And I'm not just talking about her. It is a process. Today, she was in one of those moods. Now, I'm not saying she did anything wrong. I'm just talking about a mood where I could literally feel the slogging angst and stress dripping off of her. Her energy was filled with discontent. Not that there was any reason she could pinpoint. She didn't do anything to me or even say anything negative for that matter. She was just there, saturated with annoyance. When she's like this, I instantly pick up on it and have a difficult time shedding it until I know the root cause of what I have tapped into. I don't necessarily have to know what's wrong with her. I just have to discover that I'm picking up her energy, which is not always so easy to do. Once I understand the energy I'm feeling isn't mine, it becomes much easier to change it from negative to positive and feel uplifted and light again. which can have the added benefit of cheering her as well. Until then, well, let's just say I'm not the happiest person. Clairsentient, or more specifically, clair empathetic abilities contribute to feeling good as well. Whenever I think of picking up on someone's happy energy, I think of over the top joy. I'm sure you can picture it too. Imagine going to a friend's house and the person tells you, quite excitedly, that they just got a publishing deal for their new book. They begin jumping up and down, laughing out of sheer happiness, and grab your hands. In an instant, you are caught up in their intense emotion as well, screaming, laughing, and even crying right along with them. This is not because it's your book deal, or because you will benefit in some way, or even because you are so incredibly pleased for them. Rather, it's due to the fact that you are now in their energy, picking up on their incredibly heightened emotions. These are the fun ones, the emotions that soar you into the sky, floating you up on a cloud. These feelings can even release your endorphins, the chemicals inside your brain that make you feel elated. The two examples above are extreme opposites, though they have something in common. Both involve empathetic senses, or more specifically, feeling what others are feeling. This is one form of clairsentience, the ability to pick up on the emotions or senses of others. This is known as clairempathy. People who have this type of clairsentient gift are able to both tune into another's emotional state and take on another's emotions, which can bring extreme feelings ranging from misery to bliss or anything in between. Because you are taking on the energy of someone else, it is very important to protect yourself. Exercise, more than a feeling. Keeping your own energy field safe from being taken over by someone else's is simple, but it is something we quite often forget to do. Before working with your empathetic abilities, be sure to invoke your protection from the introduction. For this exercise, you're going to need a friend. Try and choose someone who you know is passionate about things. You want it to be a friend who regularly experiences life on a deeper level, someone who can just as easily laugh as cry. Have your friend sit down facing you while you sit facing away from them. Then have them think about some time in their life where they experienced intense emotion. It doesn't matter what the emotion was, it just has to be strong. Have them try and silently relive their feelings during that time or experience. For example, if it was the loss of a loved one, have them focus on how it made them feel rather than the actual person. If it was a celebration, ask them to recall the joy surrounding the event. When you are both ready, allow yourself to sit still, letting the emotion of your partner begin to wash over you, filling you. Have them intentionally send the energy and the strength of their feelings to you by imagining a ribbon of energy flowing out of their chest into your back. Your job is to allow that energy to spread through you until you experience the emotion yourself. After sitting for about 5 minutes in this state, share what you felt with your partner. Go into details. Sometimes a single word can't describe fully the emotion you are feeling. For example, you may feel angst, but does that mean worry or fear or anger or frustration? Explain. Then have them share what they were sending you. Were you close? Did you hit it dead on? Were you totally off? Try it again, having your partner remember a different event in their life. After you've done it a few times, switch places. Are you a better receiver or sender? Is your friend able to pick up on your feelings, pick up on or feel your emotions? Are there any emotions that felt stronger for either of you? Was joy easier to understand or was sadness? Go over how it worked for both of you, but don't overanalyze it. You may find that the more you practice, the better you become. Empathetic abilities are more than just being sympathetically understanding to someone else's state of being. It may mean you are tuning into your clairsentient awareness. Why do I feel this way? Kids tend to take on the emotions of others without even realizing they've tapped into someone else's feelings. This happens quite often with groups. Children have a tendency to want to fit in. Let's be honest, we all do. It's easier sometimes to blend into a group, and those who are already predisposed to clear empathetic gifts will take on the group's overall mood. These empathetic impressions generally are not recognized for what they are unless they make us feel really uncomfortable or different. It's kind of what is known as the mob mentality, though not necessarily with a negative twist. What one feels, the next one feels, etc. The confusion comes from reacting with a negative slant, not feeling good, or not understanding where the feelings came from. Why do I feel this way? Is quite often a question when I work with kids. Now, granted, we all experience a wide range of emotions regularly, both with people who tend to be clear empathetic, it's more prevalent. Those who are more sensitive to this form of clairsentience will have a harder time discerning their own feelings from someone else's. This happened with Claudia. I don't know why, but I keep feeling like someone's taking over my body or my brain or something. I feel all kinds of fuzzy inside, said my 14-year-old client. Tell me more. When does this seem to happen? I asked her. I guess when I'm talking to my friends, is it because, wait, I guess it's when I'm listening to my friends talk. Is it because I don't care or because I don't want to hear it? I feel like I'm being a bad listener, but I get all freaked out and just kind of shut down because it feels like I'm sharing their experience, she continued. That's because you're empathetic, I told Claudia. You are taking on their emotions, which is why it feels so weird and freaks you out. It's not your stuff, it's theirs. That makes perfect sense. Wow, I get it now. So, is there anything I can do? She implored. That's the good news. You can protect yourself so you don't have to take on everyone else's stuff. I went on to teach Claudia how to protect herself by using the protective bubble of white light. When I saw her months later, she said she felt much better. She was a better listener, didn't feel weighed down, and felt like a better friend. She was much happier because she had learned to control her clairsentient gift, more specifically, her clair empathy. Exercise. How do I feel? Just like you did the last time, you're going to practice using your clair empathetic gifts. Before you begin, you need to create a safeguard for yourself so you don't take on others' feelings. Imagine a filter, much like an air filter for a car or even a coffee filter. Now, see in your mind that filter material stretching around you, encompassing you at a safe distance. But that it is see through. That filter is now employed to keep out any unwanted emotions, while at the same time allowing the good stuff to trickle in so you're able to understand what others feel, but not take on anyone else's emotions. Imagine that filter growing larger, stronger, and also more flexible so that it moves with you, keeping you protected and safe. Once you are sure that you've done that, take yourself somewhere you can be around other people. Don't tell them you are working on your psychic abilities, but allow their emotions to strain through your filter. When you've picked up on their energy, then and only then ask them how they are doing. If you know them well, get deep. Ask them if they've been feeling anything or experiencing anything in particular. Does it match what you've picked up on? Is it different? Tell them the emotions you are feeling and ask them if they have merit. Do they? How does it feel to you to be able to empathetically connect but stay protected at the same time? Do you feel what I feel? Empathetic feeling is only one aspect of clairsentience. Clairsentience allows us to feel not just what others feel, but also a wide variety of situations, people, locations, etc. Anything you can see, hear, or know, you can clairsentiently feel as well. It's simple. Trust your gut. It's really about sensing someone or something with your psychic ability rather than your five senses. Law enforcement personnel talk about following their hunches or their gut instincts all the time. Psychotherapists assess situations with clients using their gut reactions to what they're being told to determine the validity of what their client is saying. Mothers respect their gut instincts when they feel something's off with their children. Your gut instincts are exactly what they sound like, feelings you have in your gut. These gut instincts or clairsentient abilities are closely related to the third or solar plex chakra. This yellow energy center located in your abdomen helps you feel things on a visceral level and sends those feelings throughout your other extrasensory translators to enhance your understanding of what you are experiencing. Gut instincts keep us safe. How many times have you instinctively dodged of the proverbial bullet? We all have run our hands over our forehead while making the whoo sound at least once in our lives because we listened to our instincts that told us to stay away from a situation or a person, and it turned out that we were right to heed our own internal warning. We are all sensitive to our surroundings and our lives. It's just a matter of enhancing that sensitivity in order to increase our awareness of it. The other day, I was driving home from the office. Basically, there are two different courses available. If I go one way, it means driving down a very narrow, steep, windy road, rock face on one side, and cliff on the other. The other road involves turning off the main street and is straighter and flatter, but a few minutes longer. For some reason, it just seems easier to continue on the same road and traverse the somewhat dangerous path down. That rainy day was no exception. Yet, as I passed the turnoff, I began to feel a bit of tension developing in my body. I knew that was a sign that I needed to be extra careful, so I proceeded slowly, braking more often than normal. Before the next curve in the road, I had goosebumps and a feeling of dread. Immediately, even though there was a car practically riding my rear bumper, I slowed to a crawl and I almost stopped. As I came around the sharp corner, the cliff, inches away on my right, I saw the cause of my apprehension. There was a huge moving truck taking up both lanes heading up the hill. The truck was so big it had no business being on this particular road, much less in the middle of it. Luckily for both of us, I had listened to my intuition. My caution had afforded the driver of the truck time to move over just enough so that when we passed, I was inches from his rear end. My life didn't flash before my eyes, but the goosebumps definitely took over my entire body. I realized I had been holding my breath the entire time. When I finally released the air from my body, I could clairsentiently feel the driver of the car that was tailgating me also let out a whoosh of relief. He backed off after that. We tend to take these moments for granted, these little blips that occur without warning or repetition that we soon forget about. Most of us use this intuitive gift of clairsentience quite matter of factly without always acknowledging what transpired. When these type of near accidents and moments of clear feeling happen, we focus more on the actual event than the intuitive vibe we got that kept us safe. For example, I told my daughter about what had happened simply because she was about to get her driver's license, and I like to share these little tidbits of information for her. But how did you know the truck was coming when you didn't see it? Molly asked. I'm not sure. I had an uneasy feeling. I felt like there was something wrong, so I used my brakes. I replied without really naming my intuition or the intuitive vibe I had gotten right before it happened. It's a good thing you're psychic, she replied honestly. That just gave me goosebumps. That's validation that you used your psychic ability. All I could do was smile at her. She was right on. Often, these clairsentient abilities are developed early when living in a dysfunctional family. Your instincts have been honed almost to perfection to be able to survive the abusive alcoholic father by hiding before he comes home. Or those clairsentient feelings tune into the untreated bipolar mother's tirade during her manic phase in order to protect your younger sibling and get them to safety. Or they develop to offset the isolation you felt in school when you had no one to talk to or share with you. So you spent a lot of time alone with only yourself as your company. Clairsentience is developed as a means to protect yourself and those you love. Any of these situations, though not always necessarily dire to as those above, can seed into a clairsentient life. However, they are not a prerequisite to accessing your clear feeling. This psychic sense can be used to avert potential problems, but this sensation is not always heeded. For instance, my client June shared one of her clairsentient forewarning stories with me. We were getting ready for my 30th birthday party with another couple, and I just kept telling my husband I felt off, though I wasn't sure why. There was nothing physically going on, and I didn't have any reason to be hesitant, but I was. I just didn't really feel this. I just didn't really want to go. She went on to tell me that the vibe she had continued for a couple of hours while she was there, actually at the party, and she just couldn't get comfortable. June couldn't describe it any other way except she felt off. I went downstairs next to the bar room and immediately knew why I'd been feeling that way. One of the guests, who was beyond inebriated, was starting a fight with my husband. Thank goodness my husband had enough sense to take himself out of the situation and leave so nothing escalated, she continued. But that was enough to teach me that I need to listen to those feelings. That was definitely a clear sentient experience. Living clairsentiently can help us, but it doesn't always feel comfortable. Take June's story, for example. Here they were, her, her, her husband, and another couple. They were all ready to go to what promised to be a fun party. It certainly wouldn't have been right to back out or change plans at that point, though that's what her intuition was trying to tell her to do. Generally, it's simpler to go with the flow, even though going with the flow means going against your clairsentience. Then it becomes a choice. And more often than not, the benefit of having made the tougher decision may not always be apparent. If June hadn't ignored her feeling and stopped everyone from going there, is a good chance nothing would have happened at the party at all. Her husband wouldn't have been there, and there wouldn't have been a fight. If that had happened, there wouldn't have been any validation that June made the right call. Luckily for her, it all turned out okay, though they won't be partying with that guest for quite a while. Next time, she said she will try harder to understand what her clairsentient is trying to tell her so she can make a more informed decision, or at least be better prepared. Gut instincts can also direct us to continue on a certain path or make a change, literally and figuratively. For example, I am terrible at direction. I get lost in the mall. My family makes fun of me, but I know it's just a part of who I am. However, when I tune in and ask the universe to help me decide which way to go, I end up in the right direction. When I don't ask my guides or helpers, 9 times out of 10, I find myself at the complete opposite end from where I wanted to be. This happens to me a lot at the mall, and more importantly, when trying to choose which path to take in my life. If I follow my instincts, I may make out okay. If not, well, let's just agree that it doesn't usually work out so well. Exercise. Trust your gut. It's time to have a little fun. Take a few nice, deep breaths and allow yourself to relax. Tell the universe you'd like to feel your way using your gut instincts. Now, get in your car. If you don't have a car, call a friend who's willing to spend an hour or so driving you, or call a taxi, though it could get expensive, or even get on a bus or train. No peeking at where you're going, though. You're going to drive in an area you are not familiar with and state your intention that you want to end up somewhere fun or at a great new place to eat, or even somewhere to get ice cream. Be sure you make it clear what you want before you begin driving. Now, at every intersection, ask your gut to direct which way you should go. Allow yourself enough time to travel to a location you've not been to before, but don't make it longer than an hour. At that point, you just would be trying to find something, and it no longer would be about allowing your intuition to guide you to your destination. When you are done, assess how you made out. Did you make it to a location that qualifies as your goal? Were you close? Do you recognize where you are? Is it somewhere enjoyable? You can try this for somewhere you know but have never been and don't know how to get there. Does it bring you there? Also, try it when house hunting. You may end up with your next new home. Put your kids in the mix. Make a day of everyone taking turns deciding which direction to head in. This sometimes works out even better with young children because they generally don't know directions to anything outside of 5 minutes from their home. Physical signs of clairsentience. Have you ever felt the hair on the back of your neck stand up or, seemingly out of the blue, be overtaken by goosebumps? What are goosebumps, really? These physical reactions are actually clairsentient manifestations of spirit presence. This type of response to paranormal activity is quite common and one of the most painless ways to experience clear feeling. It lets you know the energy has shifted around you. Feeling a heaviness or the opposite, a light and airy feeling, can demonstrate to you if something is negative or positive. Feeling something is dark versus light, or vice versa, will also assist you in interpreting between negative and positive aspects of whatever spirit, presence, or situation you are tuning into. Usually during sessions, I begin with my clairsentience. I allow my body to open to the universe and feel whatever I need in order to give my clients the best possible reading. Sometimes it will tell me what kind of mood they're going to be in when they walk through the door. Other times, it leads me to an answer for whatever question they may have. And more often than not, as Molly said about the truck, and I explained to my clientele, when I get goosebumps, it validates the information I'm sharing with my sitter is true and accurate, or that spirit from the other side is trying to come through. I rely heavily on my clairsentient abilities. Getting goosebumps, that prickly sensation that usually begins on the arms but can take over your head, your legs, and then some, can be an awesome experience. Marla understood just how incredible it could be during her recent reading with me. What is with the dogs? I asked her during her reading. Marla had come in hoping to validate that her mother was aware of what she was currently doing in her life from the other side after having recently passed. I'm hearing it's a whole new experience, and I keep feeling like the dogs are jumping on me. Do I identify with what I'm saying? I continued. I should have known by the tears welling up in her eyes that yes, she got it. Yes, we inherited my mom's dog, and our dog is not really liking the new situation, she replied. That is one of the questions I had for you today. I wanted to know if my mother knew we took her dog. She absolutely is acknowledging it. Is her dog's name Daisy or Ditsy or something? I asked. It's Dixie, she responded, and in that moment, we both held up our arms. Goosebumps. They are confirmation that she's here and knows what we're talking about, and she's happy you have Dixie, I told Marla. The tears she had were a mixture of joy that her mother was aware and relief that she had done the right thing by bringing the dog in, even though there was some tension between the two canines now at the house. The goosebumps helped to physically collaborate that mom was around and approved. Most of my clients, upon receiving evidence their deceased loved ones are present, will experience some form of confirmation themselves. Frequently, this will show up in the most common form goosebumps. Sorry. More often than not, this prickly sensation will create a stir from the sitter, as they are not usually expecting to feel something like that. This happened during another session with my client, Arlene. We were about halfway through the reading when her mother was coming through. We had already accepted her presence, and she was very pointedly acknowledging family members and key situation in Arlene's life. But what she communicated to me next made the goosebumps practically jump for both of us, head to toe. She wants to know if you found the rings I shared with my client. Oh my God, I can't believe you just asked me that. She laughed and cried at the same time. I'm feeling like she was a little funny or tricky with the rings. I'm also getting like you found them in the nick of time, I told her, smiling. You are absolutely right. We almost threw them out. We had no idea they were hidden away, she exclaimed. Okay, well, now I really need to know. Where were they? I can feel her laughter. Her laughter. She had them in an old panty liner bag in the back of a drawer. We had just cleaned out that dresser and we were about to put everything in the garbage. For some reason, we checked and they were there. The goosebumps were out in full force. Those, added to the feeling of excitement my client had, completed her experience. This was the one question I had. I wanted to know if she was the reason we hesitated and didn't throw the bag away. Now I know. Awesome. Exercise. Goosebumps or something else. Think back to the last time you experienced goosebumps or even some other type of similar sensation somewhere on or throughout your body. What were you doing? Where were you? What was going on around you? Did you feel different? Did you notice you had them? Did you attribute the feeling to something paranormal or clairsentient? Did you just think it was from being chilled? How did it feel to have goosebumps or the shivers? Did it feel familiar? Was it a new sensation? Did you question their existence? Did you tell someone? Did you share what you were feeling? Did it change the way you thought? Did it change your beliefs? Did it feel like an intuitive vibe? Did it feel like clairsentience? Write down all your answers and review them afterwards. Was this the first time you ever felt that way? Do you think you will experience clairsentience in this way again? Feeling pulled. You discovered how empathy is connected to clairsentience and how you may experience physical sensations like goosebumps. You've also learned that the rumbling in your belly may very well be more than the lunch you just had. Clairsentience is plainly and simply about clear feeling something or having feeling regarding something, and more importantly, noticing those feelings. There is no limit to what you can discover through clairsentience. This psychic ability can help you with the location of a new home or job and a career choice as well. Certain areas on Earth may hold specific feelings for you through your psychic senses. You may get a warm sensation when you think of Minnesota because your best friend lives there. Or you may feel happy when you think of Florida because you have memories of visiting your grandparents there. New York City may stir up excitement in your belly because of the last amazing play you saw there. And Connecticut may remind you of home because you grew up there. Paris may evoke feelings of love because that's where your husband proposed to you. And Italy may stir up feelings of nostalgia for a time you spent there in college. Geographical areas can stir up your vibes, giving you clear sentient knowledge that you can utilize for many reasons. My client Susan reminded me of how well my clear sentient abilities had worked for her daughter. You did a reading for my husband a few years ago. He asked you about our daughter and what you got for her regarding work. Now, as a rule, I don't remember readings, especially ones from previous years ago. So I told this to Susan. That's okay because we remember it. You told him you felt her working in Westport and we didn't believe you. She laughed. She went on to explain that I had told Bob, her husband, that I felt pulled to the Sound, a part of the ocean that bordered Connecticut and Long Island. I told him I specifically felt drawn to the waterfront town of Westport. Susan took it even further. Then our daughter came in for her own reading. She asked you what you felt she would be doing for work, and you told her you were feeling she would be doing something physical with her body. You could feel her body moving and stretching. What made this even more interesting was Devin, the young lady we were talking about, was graduating from college with a history degree. There was no physically demanding career in her future that she could fathom at all. Hmm. So did my clairsentience pay off? Does this now make sense? I asked Susan, unsure of what her response to the outcome would be. It actually makes perfect sense. Devin is now a certified yoga instructor and teaches in Westport. You were right on the money. It wasn't that I saw where she would be or what she would be doing. I didn't hear the words yoga and Westport. I felt them clairsentiently, based on my knowledge of the area and the feeling I had throughout my body. Taking notice of the sensations you have can be the catalyst to connecting to your own intuition and your psychic senses. Exercise. Where are you? Take some paper or blank cards and write the names of locations you've been or that you have feelings about. Use one card per place. When you have at least 10 different cards, locations, shuffle them and put them in a bag or hat. Take a nice deep breath. Allow your body to relax, beginning with your toes. Feel that relaxation traveling up through your calves and your shins, through your knees and your thighs. Allow it to continue moving up into your reproductive area and your hips, your abdomen, and your solar plexus. Feel that relaxation move into your chest and through your shoulders. Okay, sorry. And through your shoulders, out your arms and your elbows and your wrists, trickling out through your hands and your fingertips. On the next deep breath, feel it flowing through your throat and neck and into your jaw muscles. Allow it to travel into your cheeks and your eyes and your forehead, relaxing every muscle as it moves up. Feel the energy of that relaxation travel out of the top of your head and flow down, over, and around your body. Once you feel completely relaxed, take the bag and hat with the locations and pick a card without looking at it. Lie down and place it on your solar plexus. Try and determine which location it is by how it feels in your body and which direction it pulls you in. After you've spent a few minutes on it, look at the card. Did you get it right? If so, great. Do it again. If not, that's okay. You still have plenty of others to try it with. What holds the truth? I teach intuitive development regularly, whether it be one on one or with groups. Most people who come into me have an incredible desire to tune into their psychic senses, but feel uncontrollably stagnant in that area. I don't try and convince them that they are psychic or even intuitive. I am just a conduit to helping their own natural gifts become more present. The process can be a lot of fun, but for the person trying to tap into their abilities, it can also be discouraging at times. Think about working out. If you haven't been exercising your specific muscles, it can be very difficult to try and use them, let alone to flex them and have them feel solid and strong. You need to focus on each particular muscle group to truly create a better physique. It's the same with your psychic muscles. Imagine these psychic senses are muscles that have to be worked out. If you haven't been strengthening them, it'll absolutely be more difficult to get them to flex or do what you want them to do. My client Sandy had been coming to me for about a month. She knew that I had some type of intuitive vibes, but couldn't quite grasp exactly how she was receiving information. She had decided she really wanted to work on developing this talent. She believed her greatest potential was in clairaudience or even clairvoyance, so we started there. I knew she was gifted with clairsentience, as most people are, but I also knew it would be advantageous to work on awakening all of her senses. We began by opening up her clairvoyance. I put three different envelopes in front of her and let her pick which she wanted to psychically tune into. Inside were three different things. One held a menu, one held a picture of a deceased loved one, and one held a picture of animals. Each was different and afforded her the opportunity to stretch her psychic vision. After we did this exercise, she declared that she was not quite in tune with her clairvoyance. We then moved on to her clairaudience using the same technique. Again, she felt a disconnect. I asked her to try something else, as I knew she had a clairsentient ability. I needed her to feel it with her body. This time, I had her venture into mediumship. I asked her to look at a photo. Next, I instructed her to tune into the sensations she felt in her body. Do you feel light and airy? Does it feel like you are full of life? I'm not really sure, Sally responded with a perplexed look on her face. Do you feel heavy? Is it harder to breathe than normal? I continued. Yes, it is. What does that mean? She said. You tell me. Do you feel the person in the picture is alive, or has she passed? Well, based on how I feel in my body, I'd have to say she passed, she said. Do you know if that's true? It was true. She was holding a picture of my mother, who had unfortunately passed a few years previously. I was able to confirm that she was correct. I took it a step further and had her feel in her body how my mom had died. I'm not positive, but did she have problems with her lungs? Also, I'm feeling heaviness in her legs. I'm actually feeling like it's some type of systematic thing, maybe throughout her entire body. She was right. My mother died from complications with lupus. At the end of her life, she had a very difficult time breathing, and her legs were so swollen that they were rupturing. Sandy was definitely tuning into her clairsentient abilities. Exercise, dead or alive. Ask a friend or a handful of friends to come play with you. All you need to gather together, all of you need to gather together photographs of people, both dead and alive. Turn them over. Be sure to cross out or tape over anything written on the backs and mix them all up together. Separate them and line them up in a row. Invoke your circle of protection and breathe energy into your solar plexus. Feel the rise and fall as you inhale positive energy and exhale any negative debris. Imagine your power center expanding, spreading out toward the pictures. Slide a picture out of the robe toward you. Don't hold it, but begin to pay attention to how it feels. Does it make you feel alive? Does it cause you to be tired? Are you feeling healthy or sick? Without questioning it, just say out loud everything you feel. Continue on by sharing if the person in the photograph is male or female, young or old, etc. Feel it. Don't see it. Let your gut tell you the answers without judgment, reservation, or scrutiny. Speak what you know. When you are done, turn over the photograph. You should be able to see whether some of what you tuned into is correct or not. Have whoever supplied the picture chime in with their validations. Were you on? Were you off? Were you close? Have each of your friends take a turn reading the pictures. How do the others do? Are they able to tune in? Compare notes. Take advantage of like minded friends who enjoy playing with your psychic arena and do this exercise often. You may find that your hits begin to outweigh your misses as your clairsentience develops. Maybe you were born this way. I had an interesting experience the other day. I was at my daughter's school for a sports meeting with a bunch of students and parents. We had casually broken up into groups, adults sitting together, children sitting together. I had three different people who were already seated ask me to sit next to them. It didn't feel right, though I didn't know why at the time. Instead, I decided to pull up a chair with my back to the front of the room, something I normally would never do, and join a group that way. We chatted for a bit until the meeting started and the coach began speaking. Turns out she was standing in the back of the classroom instead, so I was facing her. At that point, I figured out why I wanted to sit there. As she was talking, we were all listening. It was a very comfortable atmosphere, a bit of joking and happy energy. I felt glad to be there. Then it hit me. I was directly in front of a board where she had posted vocabulary words and their basic one word meanings. Simple words like rival equaling opposing, precise equaling exact, etc. One stood out to me, and to be honest, caught me off guard. It had me pondering it, while at the same time I felt an overwhelming sense of delight. It was intuition. She could have written just about anything as a meaning, but what she wrote gave me hope and filled me with awe. Intuition equals natural. My seventh grader's teacher was teaching that intuition was natural. I was blown away and very excited to see this. Granted, I may have read more into it than was necessary, but I was very happy. Intuition is natural, and it is a wonderful to see so innocently stated. We all have the ability to feel things, whether we label it clairsentience or not. This incredible gift is a normal and, yes, a natural part of your life. Our clairsentient senses, our intuition, are crucial in recognizing and understanding what best serves us and what feels good. We are indeed lucky to be given such a gift. And that is the end of chapter 4. Did you guys like it? I'm crying. Thank you, Terry. You didn't like it? Why you didn't like it? You liked it? Good, 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 good. Well, it's going to be posted to my Instagram as soon as I hang up. Sorry, TikTok. To my IG. As soon as I hang up. It was good. Thank you, Black Superman. Okay, so now I have to go save chapter 4 so that I can upload the rest of these that we already did. Okay. So I'm about to go do that. And then we're gonna come back to chapter 9, telepathy and psychokinesis, which I've been waiting to get to. So let's take a break, go get some water, and get you some food. Okay, and we'll be back. And it's gonna take me a minute to upload it though, because I gotta download it and then upload it. So I will see you guys in a couple hours. No, I'm not the author. I'm not the author. Get married. Oh, we're not getting married. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to be realistic. Thank you for them roses. Thank you, Vernon. All right, y'all. I'm gonna see y'all in a couple hours. Bye, Instagram. Bye, TikTok. Bye, YouTube.